Howdy folks, it is approximately 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on June 10th, 2022. Hope our creators keep you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button and share this across other platforms so people can be aware of what's going on out in our solar system. If you happen to be new, please make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell in case we have any critical future updates. Sorry I've been absent for the last few days, folks. I've actually been moving, and I've been doing a lot of this stuff by myself, so I'm about dog tired. So we're just going to get into this right now. We're actually looking at Sunspot 3029. This has been going around, and this is it's in a circular pattern. It's very awkward. But the other thing is that notice how the positive and negative are up here instead of sideways. That's very different. So this is something we have to keep our eyes open for. Is this one right here? The blue should be off to the side. You know, the negative should be over here and positive, but it's stacked up like this. That's very, very different. The other thing, last week I remember telling you guys about this huge sunspot group that's coming around the bend over here. Oh yeah, it has itself a name now. It is active region 3030, and we're about to break this down. We are looking at stereo ahead. Now here's 3029. Now we do have a coronal hole right here, but look at this bad biatch. This is active region 3030, and this is the one I was telling you guys about last week, that, you know, it was actually changing the way that the sun vibrates, the way that things were. Yeah, this is the one doing it. Woo! Yeah, sun's about to wake up and be pissed. Wait till you see what's been coming off of that thing today. So here's our coronal hole. 90, I guess they're giving it numbers now, number 90. And this is what's coming on. So not only are we going to have solar winds, so think about this. When this comes around to be directly Earth facing us, where it's going to, well, actually, coronal holes don't really affect us till they get about right to this position for as far as like the solar winds. Once they get past us, because, you know, it's spinning around. So right about the time it gets here, that'll be affecting us, which puts this guy pretty much right here, directly Earth facing. So yeah, this next week and a half is going to be intense. As we take a look over here at spaceweatherlive.com, we can see this is all from that big region. Look at that. This is a huge, long-term fatty of a flare. Not to mention it got to a 1.2, M1.2. And it is fat, so there was some plasma that came off with it. But luckily, it is not coming at us in our direction. So as we come over here to Space Weather PredictionCenter.noaa.gov, we're going to take a look at our X-ray flux. This right here looks like it's getting right over here into pretty much all of Europe, Saudi Arabia, most of Africa. Let's go ahead and run this forward. Look at that. Boom. Big O hit, and it's a long one. There's going to be some plasma. We're going to take a look at it here on the SDO here in a little bit. So that is our X-ray for the moment. Let's go check some other stuff. Currently waiting on a few things to load, but we are taking a look right now at our Schumann resonance today over here in Tomsk, Russia. And we can see that there is some kind of activity going on. We are getting a few spikes here and there. And we come over here and check out the Italian model, and we see activity here as well. We can see that this is our electromagnetic field. You can see right along the ground, we've gotten some little red little bumps. The geophones are actually sounding off, but then when we come down to actually look at the Schumann itself, there's activity. We're getting red spikes all over the place in this thing. Geophones are going off. Things are happening. It's very interesting to see what it is. Then, of course, when we look at it here, looking at this, there is something happening. Definitely was something happening the past few days. But let's go take a look at our colors, our little color chart, shall we? Here we go. Oh, look at this. We're getting more blue. Now, with the blue, from my understanding, which I might be incorrect, but that's supposed to be affecting our third eye with the blue. As far as the frequencies go, and when we come down here and look over the entire day, we can see there's been lots of blue and also red. So there's lots of these colors going on. And look at this. Look at yesterday. Yesterday we were lit up with blue. Look at this. And then just so happened that yesterday is when I was doing the majority of, you know, unloading most of the truck by myself and then driving down here, and I was in a very, very happy mood right around this time. I wonder if this had anything to do with it. But we come on down to the bottom to look for lightning, and there is nothing. This right here is Cumiana. This is where it's actually stationed at, and there is no thunder or lightning there to be spoken of. These are the past few days. This was yesterday, and this was a few days prior to that. Look at all this red. Lots of activity going on here. But coming over here and taking a look at the European Space Agency, we're going to take a look at our plasma intake, and from what they're showing, this is us right about currently. Got a little bit of uptick, about 15 centimeters cubed, but they don't have the most recent chronomass ejection or flare that just happened today, and neither does Enlil. No surprise there. So it looks like we do have a little. It looks like we're getting a little bit of a glancing blow from one that popped off on the upper side the other day, and I mean it's just a little uptick, maybe 20 centimeters cubed. So that's not too bad. So it looks like, wait a minute, that's a big jump from 2200 to 04. That's a big jump. That's 6 hours. What in the world is going on there? So basically at midnight, between midnight and 1 a.m. Central UTC time, we'll be taking on that 20 centimeters cubed. There's something going on with that. That's a little funky. Okay, we're going to start over here on LASCO C2 and C3. We're on spaceweatherpredictioncenter.gov. We're actually going to start on, let's start on LASCO C3 right now. And just because we're going to take a look right here at this big old beam of light. And then we had an eruption. This is leading into eruption today. You see this coming off the bottom side right here, right along this? This is actually blocking our view at this current time. So now we're going to come to LASCO C2 and be prepared to be stunned. Watch this. See this eruption coming off? Look at this. It is completely outlined, folks. Right there. Look at it. And now you can clearly see it here. And then as we're going around, you can see the plasma going around it. This is a large planetary-sized object. It is completely outlined, and the plasma is shooting around it, like I've shown you on several of my other videos, that even though you can't necessarily see the entire outline, you can see the cone, and you can see it being pushed around. Look at it. Now you can see the entire outline, folks. This is about to get wild. Look at it, and you can see it for quite some time as things are being pushed out. You guys see that? Look at that big beautiful boy. Look at it. There she is. Like a hump on a snow hill. It be Moby Dick. Not really, but you get the idea. Woof. Now that's what we're not able to see here on LASCO C3. It is not showing. Of course, we got Borg cubes all over the place doing their thing, but yeah, you can't quite see it here because this doggone thing gets right in the way, especially right where it's the most important. But coming back to LASCO C2, we'll actually see a little bit of the eruption. You see that right there, right around 7 o'clock. That was the beginning of the eruption. It doesn't quite catch up to the remainder of it, but look at how bright the region is. We know exactly what's going on there, don't we, folks? Now coming on over here to ISWA, the internet's a little slow at the moment. So these guys are loading up, but we're going to take a look at that flare right here, right now. We're going to look at SDO 94 first. I've got us right about to where we need to be on the 94, so we can see the flare as she comes off at us. Look at that region in the northwest right here. Look at that. And this is what we're looking at right here. Look. Ooh. Look at the size of that nasty beast. Oh, look at that. And while it's popping off, hello, friend. Look at the size of that thing, folks. And that's coming around to be facing us soon. Oh, there's another one. There's 2 of them. Yeah, there's one there. Look at this. We got a friend right here. And another one right there. Holy fragnog, man. That's pretty cool. I have 2 of them like that. Right, nice and bright for us. So don't see any plasma there. We're going to check it out on the 193, see if we have any solar tsunamis with it. Let's get this centered up and find out. Now, here's our coronal hole that's going to be facing us here. So we're going to be getting the effects of this by the time it gets about right over to here. We'll start getting the effects of the solar winds from that. Here comes that eruption. Oh, actually, did you guys see that? We had a little eruption right here, a little release of plasma right there. Whoa. I think I just saw a friend on this one too. Do you guys see that? Alright, well, we're going to zoom in. I'll actually find him here in a second. Let's zoom in right on that. Yep, looks like there was a little eruption, a little something snap off. But here's where the big one happened. Right there. So I don't see any solar tsunamis. There's a lot of activity. It looks like it's just behind the limb. So that's actually a good thing for now. Look, I mean, there's definitely that movement, but it doesn't come across this way. So we're not going to be getting any kind of effects from that except for just the X-rays, which is a good thing. Now we're going to look over here at the 304. We're going to see this plasma dance. We're going to focus in right over here. There's a good pop. Whoa, look at that. That was a huge amount of area. Look at all that flare just flinging around flare. That is some hot stuff, folks. When you got flare, I mean, you can see the little chatter marks, the little X mark here, the little chatter marks. That is severe heat and plasma. That is very dense and concentrated. And just look at that just dancing around. Now, most of that got captured. You notice that. Most of that got captured. But goodness, that's going to be facing us soon, folks. Oh, oh, this is exciting. I actually ended that a little sooner than I should have. Check this out. I'm going to zoom in on this. Watch this, you guys. This is something I've never seen here on the 304. Watch this. Big flash. No, not that. There it was. Did you see that? What in the hell is that? It's getting serious. Folks, my internet is running painstakingly slow at the moment. I'll have to get it straightened out. So I will do a update later on this evening. So until then, keep your eyes open. No fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solo Wolf out.